Hey guys! One of the questions I get the most is, do I ever get tired of playing RPGs? Especially since I've been playing them non-stop for 15 years straight or so. The answer is actually no. I've never gotten even remotely tired of playing them. Maybe because I love the genre so much. Plus, the channel is what I do for a living, so talking about RPGs is pretty much my job. That's not the only thing I do though, since I'm also a writer, but the channel is what I do for the most part nowadays. Still, I've never been burned out on the genre. However, I do feel the need to back off every now and then, and since I've experienced similar situations, instead I'm gonna offer my advice on the matter. So how to deal with RPG burnout? My first tip is quite simple actually. Play another genre. That's what everybody does when they get burned out on any genre. Play something else for a while, maybe a game or two between RPGs, something completely different if you can, especially without RPG elements, however small they might be. But if you're still dead set on dealing with your RPG backlog, then I have another tip, which is not so different. In this case, play another subgenre. Perhaps you've been playing a lot of turn-based RPGs, or maybe action RPGs or strategy RPGs. Well, try to give some variety. After a turn-based RPG, maybe give an action RPG a chance, or a strategy one, or the other way around, just play around. Changing subgenres, trust me, really helps out a lot, even if it's hard to believe. Yet, another tip I can give you is based on the difficulty problem. I don't know why some gamers feel it's embarrassing to play on easy mode when, well, nobody's actually watching them play, and in reality, nobody cares. Give that easy mode a try if you can. But what if the RPGs you've been playing lately were all quite hard, challenging, or even grindy? Then try looking for a change of pace and try an easy RPG. There are tons of them, believe it or not, and I even have a couple of videos with some recommendations. Hell, even my videos about RPGs for beginners can really help out whether you're an experienced player or not. Another very important piece of advice that I have is the story. If you love JRPGs as much as I do, then it won't take you long to notice most of them have the same cliches, stereotypes, and fan service. So looking out for variety in stories can also help out a lot. And I want to emphasize that because burnout quite often comes from having to deal with the same tropes over and over again. I'll give you a random example of my overall advice. Play a game like, I don't know, Octopath Traveler, which is very hard, grindy, but also with a serious and mature story. Very good one. Then try something easy or lighthearted like an Atelier game, or even something short, preferably less challenging or well, with an easy mode. Lastly, go for, I don't know, a Tales of game, which often include both serious parts and comedy bits. They're somewhat challenging but not as hard as Octopath Traveler. Another extremely important thing to notice is your gaming sessions. RPGs are very long games, alright? So if you're gonna play them for 2, 3, or 4 hours in a row, every single day, that can also put a toll on you. What I usually do is play for 2, max 3 hours per day, or sometimes maybe an hour and a half at a certain time, and then at night another 1 hour and a half, something like that. Because obviously, if you're gonna keep playing 5 or 6 hours every single day the same RPG, obviously you're gonna get burned out and a hell of a lot. One last thing I want to say, which is very important actually, is to stop jumping around RPGs. Many people, especially collectors, are often playing several RPGs at the same time. That is the dumbest thing to do, as it'll lead to burnout faster than anything. I usually play 1 or 2 at a time, but 1 is more than enough when it comes to this genre. Try focusing on that RPG until you beat it or until you lose interest, but don't play 5 or 6 simultaneously. I know looking at your backlog can put a lot of pressure on you, but there's no point in stressing out with a hobby, even if it's a passion. So no matter what, 1 or 2 RPGs at a time. So that's my advice on RPG burnout, and those are my tips on how to avoid it. I hope this helps you in one way or another. Thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe and share this video with your friends. See you next time!